This is Nicky, your adventure Radio Works world host. And I would just like to remind you again about my Adult Adventure Club. It's a VIP club. It's targeted at my market of 35 and above. It's a 3 to 7 day boot camp, but not a boot camp like you would call a boot camp. It's all about adventure activities in South Africa, wonderful sunshine, and doing things that you never thought that you would ever do. I take groups of 8 to 12 people, and we've also got a charity within the Adventure Club. It's an NGO, and we will support charities of the group's choice when they come with me on this adventure. It's all about meeting new people and discovering new experiences in beautiful South Africa. Over to you, Marina.
Wow, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to Radio W.O.R.K.S World. You are here ready to take a new adventure. Each time I'm listening to you, Nicky, I feel that, what is there that I never thought about? And you are providing another option, another great adventure that is available for me, for you, for everyone who is listening and who really wants to see is ready to see that there is more to life. Over to you, Nicky.
Okay, excellent. Thanks, Marina. Okay, so today I would like to speak about ultimate desire. And the ultimate desire has got a little bit of a twist because today I want to speak about a friend of mine's ultimate desire that I actually made my mission and my passion to help him get where he wanted to be. So his name is Goodwill, and he's currently 35 years old. I met him in 2005 where we worked together at Scuba City. It's a diving place. And Goodwill is such a beautiful person with a massive, big heart. He grew up very poor and he left school to support his family at a very young age. And then life dealt him another blow where he was involved in a taxi accident. He had head and spinal injuries because a taxi rolled and evidently landed on top of him. It happened in Zimbabwe because he was going to visit friends. And at the time, the medical staff was on strike. And eventually, after 3 hours after the accident had happened, they eventually got to Goodwill. And then they had to decide, well, are we going to work on his head or his spinal injury? So they had to make a decision, which is quite shocking. But they decided to work on his head injuries because that had to do with life and death situation. Goodwill, after his accident, was very demotivated, didn't have belief in anyone at all, and he just couldn't see the light at the end of the tunnel. In actual fact, he had a wife and a daughter called Nelly. At the time, she was about 4 years old, and all Goodwill could think of was actually taking his own life because he felt he had no purpose. He felt he wasn't a man. He was walking on crutches. He couldn't be very productive and active like he used to be, and he just found such a hard time to adjust to what had happened to him. I got to know Goodwill a bit more, and I realized that his state of mind was in a very negative place. So I took it upon myself. I gave him a book about mind power, and I asked him to read a chapter every day. And then every day when I came to work, we would actually do affirmations together just to try and see if I can actually help him change his state of mind, because he always fell asleep with a dream. And he did wake up with purpose, but he didn't realize how he could get there. And in the state that he was in, walking on crutches, it's painstaking slow. He didn't want to sit in a wheelchair because he just felt if he sat in a wheelchair, he might just totally give up. And I was very impressed by Goodwill in the sense of, at Scuba City, he could run the whole company. At the time, they were still doing a lot of paperwork and they didn't allow Goodwill to work on the computer, probably thinking that he doesn't know how to, but they never gave him the opportunity. So I then took Goodwill one day and I sat down with him and I asked him, Goodwill, tell me, what are your dreams and your hopes? And he just said to me, well, what does it matter? It's not going to change. And I said, of course, I can help you change that. And he actually told me that he wanted to start his own business in computers, and that he just wanted to earn better money so he could provide for his family. And I said to him, okay, well, let's start teaching you on the computer. And not that I knew much, but I taught him what I knew. And I still remember the first day that he touched the mouse on the computer. He was shaking. He was so scared. as if, I don't know, as if he was going to break the computer. And I said to him, Goodwill, just relax and just go with the flow. And Goodwill, every time I was looking for something within the company, I would go to Goodwill. Goodwill, where do I find this? Goodwill, who do I phone for that? And like I said, I was totally amazed by his knowledge and just the way, I'm sure if I left him alone, he could run the company by himself, no doubt about it. So with all our affirmations that we were doing on a daily basis, I actually started seeing Goodwill light up like a little star at night. He couldn't read enough of his Mind Power book. His goals and dreams, like I said before, became my mission and my passion. So what I then did is, we've got a radio station here called Highveld Stereo 94.7, and every year they do a Christmas wish list for people who are really in need, who's gone through really difficult and trying times. And for 3 years consecutive, I sent Goodwill's wish in. And the third year, I decided I needed to do something different because they just weren't picking Goodwill. And I actually sent the email on a daily basis while the wish was running. And the last day of the 94.7 Christmas wish, they phoned me and they said to me, listen, we've actually selected you and we're going to make Goodwill's dreams come true. I remember I just stopped the car, and I'm sure if I was driving, I would have rolled it because I just couldn't believe it. After 3 years of not giving up and wanting to help Goodwill and seeing him change just because of a little help, of positive reinforcement, of teaching him that he's stronger than his circumstances, of teaching him that you need to be kind to other people as well because it's a circle in life. They then phoned Goodwill. I didn't tell him anything. They phoned Goodwill, and his response was, please don't wake me up because this must be a dream. He just could not believe it. What we then did is they granted him a house. So everything is paid for now. They granted him a 2-bedroom house. His studies that he wanted to do in computers was paid for. They put his daughter in a private school for 1 year. Groceries for 1 year while he was studying. And Goodwill did exceptionally well. And funny enough, to put the cherry on the cake is Goodwill had never touched a computer before. I only learned him the basics that I knew. Goodwill went studying at Dynamics Learning, from never touching a computer before to being the best student in the class. Now, he had fellow students sitting next to him that was already working in the IT business and on computers, and they knew their stuff, but Goodwill was still the best student. So that just showed me that if you really put your mind to it, and you've got a support, that you can absolutely just come out so much stronger at the end of the day. And once again, you're stronger than your circumstances. Once Goodwill was finished studying, my brother helped him to go through an interview. So I taught him the process of how to go through an interview, how to answer questions, listen to what is being asked. And Goodwill then landed his first job. After that, he said to me, well, listen, Nicky, I need to get my driver's license because I need to buy a car, because I need to get to work. He was tired of taking public transport because the distances are quite vast in South Africa. And I then took Goodwill once a week for his driver's license. He got his driver's license, he bought his car, and he started driving himself to work. So we opened a door for Goodwill, and he's walked through that door 1,000,000 times. And all it was about, it's teaching him and showing him that you can absolutely do anything you want to. So with Goodwill doing so well, he then decided that because he never finished school, he wanted to do his matric, or otherwise called A-levels. He then was working a full-time job, studying in the evenings. And 2 years ago, he got his A-levels. So that now puts him in a better position to find a better job. He also went to America to go tell his story at Microsoft convention. And that was a massive big deal for him because Goodwill has never, ever climbed on a plane, let alone fly halfway around the world. And I've never seen anybody who's achieved so much, so humble and so grateful for all the help and support that he's received. And subsequently, in the interim, myself and Goodwill have become very good friends. We're still friends to this day. Myself and my family are supporting his daughter, and we're putting her through school. That's just our charity of choice. And she's also doing very well. And I just want to tell everybody out there that you can do anything that you put your mind to. If you don't have the support structure, find somebody that can help you, find somebody that believes in you. But all I'm saying, please don't give up, because anything is possible in today's life. Over to you, Marina.
Wow, Nicky, this is a very, very powerful story. Not only because it is your friend, you are sharing his story, but because you stand up for believing in yourself, for believing that your circumstances are um, easily changeable. They just a thought away, and like miracles, miracles are just an open mind away, and the actual miracle that everybody's expecting is you, is yourself to understand that once you change your thoughts, the way you explained the mentality, the mindset behind your actions, everything changes. You start looking at the whole world with a fresh pair of eyes, and these new eyes are going to see a new reality, are going to see a new you. And once you embrace your challenge, whatever your limitations might be, you realize that nobody can tell you what's next. There is no such thing like certainty. If you look on right now, if you look at the world, on different countries, there are different situation that most of it economical, shaky grounds, but sometimes political lives and political trends are influencing the economics. And no matter where you look, doesn't matter it's a country in the West or a country in the East or in Africa, it's always the same truth applies. You have to understand your true worth. You have to believe in yourself even when nobody else does. And yes, maybe in certain countries, it's a lot easier to find support, to find people who would believe in you because people are kinder. But there are other countries where people are, um, they lost that human touch. You know, they don't look at people as if they're their own. They look at people only if they can use them. So that changes the situation. You cannot rely on anyone. You can't expect anyone to discover you or to nominate you to become your life champion. You have to take that responsibility for yourself, and you have to connect with the right people who are soul-minded people, and move on with your dream, and turn that vision you have in your mind, whatever that might be, into your own reality. You cannot blame anyone. Whatever is happening in your life is not happening to you, it's happening for you. So you wake up. So there are so many situations. I have a very long list of success stories when people um, didn't really think of the destination, where where they're going. All they wanted was to unleash their own vision, to become more, to be more. And they realize that actually it's nobody who can be you. It's only you who could decide who you want to be. Nobody can tell you. You can't blame anyone. So I truly believe that your desire to be more is more important than what you want to be. Your desire to learn more, your desire to explore things you never thought is possible for you, to look at things in a different way and change the way you look at things, even when you can't change your circumstances, is ultimately what makes or breaks your dream. And I love this story, not only because is happening right now and it's so inspirational, and people looking at this are thinking, oh my God, I have no excuse. But I love it because of the sense of humility. You talk about your friend, you helped so much and you believed in him. You are keep helping his daughter, your family is helping, supporting them. So you believe in them no matter what. And I want our listeners to understand that might be a situation when nobody believes in you. So what? It's nobody's choice to be you. It's nobody's responsibility to believe in you. It is your own responsibility to believe in yourself, to make the best of your dreams, and don't just daydream. Don't just wait there till somebody is going to discover you. Voice your passion, voice your dream, find the people who can work with you, create the team you need to support you. And a teamwork is not necessarily based on what I can get from the team, is what everybody brings at the table. And if you need somebody who brings at the table the right motivation, the right mindset, so be it. Find somebody who is in that place in their mind, who discover that there is more to life than just what they know. And I'm really grateful for bringing this story, simply because right now there are very difficult times all over the world, and you wake up and you are thinking, what's next? And you need inspiration. If something is in short supply, as abundant as this world is, inspiration is in very short supply. And for bringing this at the table, Nicky, right now, I think it's a massive contribution to changing the reality as we know it. Over to you, Nicky.
Excellent. Thank you, Marina. Yes, you are correct in saying it takes an individual to change their mindset and to do it for themselves. And I do know that it's challenging all across the world, because we don't always all have that support structure or a team effort or just somebody who believes in you. So it does, if you don't change your mindset, nothing will change. It is quite a challenge to believe in yourself, especially when life keeps knocking you down. But you have to pick yourself up. Like I said, you have to believe that you are absolutely stronger than your circumstances. And yes, life does give us blows here and there, but it only makes you stronger. That's all it does. So don't allow life to walk all over you. Stand up, voice your opinion, and fight for what you believe in. And that is why Goodwill still impresses me to today, because yes, we opened the door for him, and yes, he had the team support from different companies and family and friends and strangers, but all we did was open a door. Goodwill has walked through that door on numerous occasions. Every time I speak to him, in actual fact, I spoke to him last week, and he said to me, "Oh, well, Nicky, you know what? I've decided I'm going to now study some sort of business studies, because if he wants to open his own business, he doesn't just need to know computers, he needs to have a bit of background on business." And he just surprises me all the time. So we've taught him how to change his mindset and to have belief again. And I think the biggest thing as well is he lost his belief in humanity and mankind. And when we came along, everybody who helped Goodwill, he's got belief in humanity again. And we've also taught him that you have to pay it forward. So if somebody does something good for you, take time out of your day. Just even if you just smile at somebody, that person is bound to smile back at you, because smiling is contagious. But just take some time out of your day, every single day, to make a difference in somebody's life. And it can be from making them a cup of coffee to, like I said, smiling at them, or to buying them lunch. It doesn't matter. Whatever and however you can help, please do. Because the world is in short supply of people being kind. And I mean, being kind to one another is like it's like a candle, doesn't lose anything by lighting another candle. So you're not going to lose anything by helping somebody else. In actual fact, it's probably going to make you feel better and enrich your life for being a kind person. So I would just really like to encourage everybody out there to wake up the adventure in you, and yes, to do crazy things, but also to be kind, at least to one person every single day. Over to you, Marina.
Wow, Nicky, I so admire your spirit and the way you look at life, and you are so creative and you got so much energy, simply because you are driven by the desire to achieve and create better life choices. is not the desire to compete against others. And you are a champion. You know the taste of success. You've been on that podium. It is your way of life. And I was wondering, what is the key message for our listeners today? What do you think it takes to fuel that desire to reach out to your own potential, to your full potential? Because people are talking about um, what is available. It's always a lot easier to talk about other people, because you look at other people, it's from distance we have a better picture. It's like when you look at a painting from distance, you see the bigger picture, you see the painting. If you go too close, it's almost like you smell the colors, you can't see the picture. So I think that happens to each one of us. We can't distance ourselves from ourselves to see how much ability we already have. And it's easier to say about other people how great they are, but it's a lot harder to see within yourself, to look at yourself from a distance and decide, this is who I am and this is who I could be.
Yes, that's correct. So what I would say, my message is the ultimate desire. What is the meaning of your life? And your ultimate point in your journey, where do you see yourself? So I would like to think that it's essential to have people in our life to encourage and to remind us of our potential in a hopeful, optimistic, and empowering way. And that will then attract those people by being one of them. So at the end of the day, you choose who you want to be. If you're going to be a nice, kind person, well, that is what you're going to attract. And if you're only going to look out for yourself and not care about the next person, well, those are the people you're going to attract. So be the best version of yourself that you can be on a daily basis. And that will also empower other women and men and children, anybody for that matter, around you to look up to you and to follow in your footsteps by paying it forward.
Wow. I have a key message from Napoleon Hill. He said that the starting point of all achievement is desire. From both of us, until next time, is goodbye.
Goodbye, Marina.